Good evening, guys. Sorry for another late upload, but today what we're doing is realistic or plausible scenarios for the Democrats and Republicans to have that nightmare scenario, 269 to 269, because again, the Electoral College is so messed up, and you can actually have that. You can actually have an electoral deadlock where no candidate reaches 270. Again, that's the whole point. 270 to win. But essentially, again, this isn't really an election prediction, but just realistic scenarios that could happen. Again, go check out my last video. Again, it wasn't really an election prediction, but go check that out and go check out my past videos. And go share this channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please leave a like. Please comment down any suggestions you want, any videos you want me to do. And yeah, so let's get on with the video. The first scenario I have here is, again, if you give some of these states, traditionally Democratic states, to each party, and you're left with these four. So the first scenario is if you give Pennsylvania and New Hampshire to the Democrats, you give Wisconsin, North Carolina, and Florida to the Republicans. And this was actually a pretty scary but true scenario that could have happened, because let's say again, Michigan, Pennsylvania were pretty reliably Democratic states before 2016, and Maine, the second congressional district, wasn't expected by most to actually go Republican. And if Trump could have actually won Wisconsin, which was the first Rust Belt state to go for him, this could have been actually very possible. So let's get on with the second scenario. No, not that. But the second scenario is more is a bit you could say weirdish, but essentially what this is if someone can do I would say this is a somewhat realistic scenario. If you get someone that that's more moderate, or that is if you get you could essentially say a conservative Democrat and a liberal Republican, because again, if you could appeal to either side of the political spectrum, you could get some weird states to flip. And again, I would consider most of these states actually toss-ups that I just moved. Again, the state of Maine, that barely went to Hillary Clinton. Colorado and Nevada were considered toss-up states, as well as Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Florida. So I would assume this is actually a pretty realistic scenario. Again, that's scenario 2. Scenario 3 is again pretty hectic. This is of someone a Republican could do somewhat better, I guess you could say, in the Rust Belt, but not do so well with minorities. But essentially what this is the Republican wins all of the Rust Belt, but doesn't do well with minorities, doesn't do well with the African American vote. That's why the Omaha Congressional District in Nebraska is going in blue. And if they just don't do well with more minorities, again, North Carolina has a pretty big Latino and Black population. Same thing with Arizona, Colorado, and New Mexico. Again, Nevada could be a stretch. Yeah, that's scenario 4. And I'm thinking potentially the last one that I'm going to show you is one that does actually include Iowa. So if you give Iowa, Nevada, Arizona, Florida, and where was it? No, not Florida. You give Florida to the Republicans, you give North Carolina to the Democrats. I mean, to the Republicans as well. You give Pennsylvania and Michigan to the Democrats. You give Wisconsin, Minnesota to the Republicans, New Hampshire to the Republicans, the state of Maine to the Republicans, and the second congressional district to the Republicans. You get another 269 scenario. Again, most of these states were actually pretty toss-up-ish. Arizona was a toss-up. Iowa was actually lean red, so that could be a stretch. Arizona, Iowa went red. Minnesota went blue. Wisconsin did go red. Michigan and Pennsylvania went red. New Hampshire went blue, and the state of Maine went blue. So again, these could be actually potential scenarios. Just depends what candidate each party selects. And now the next one is the last one I'm gonna show you is one actually on a pretty consistent basis, and I don't even realize it. But this one is if somehow the Republicans, someone could carry a Republican could carry the state of Maine, probably someone like Charlie Baker or Phil Scott that's around from that area. They carry the state of Maine. You get your 269 scenario. Again, and again, if you don't know what would happen in 269 scenario, you would get the United States Congress selecting the president, vice president, the House of Representatives, the incoming House of Representatives that were elected, that are seated actually before the president and vice president are inaugurated, would select and vote for a candidate, for the president. So, example, if let's assume that the incoming House is controlled by the Republicans, and they vote for the Republican, the president that the Republican nominee would most likely become the president of the United States. On the other hand, the Senate decides the vice president, and let's assume the Senate is controlled once again by the Republicans. You can get the vice president being Republican, but let's assume that it could be Democratic or vice versa. You could be getting the opposing presidents, president and vice president, being together. And if you have an incumbent vice president, that vice president can vote for himself to be essentially re-elected. But then you could also have, again, in 2016 there were a bunch of faithless electors, and you could have a faithless elector that could break the deadlock and give one other side the majority. So yeah, these are scary but true ways of a 269 scenario happening. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. Please comment down any suggestions you have for new videos. Please just share the channel. Please subscribe. We're at 260 subscribers now, 260 electrical votes. You know, we want to get to 270. We always want to keep growing, but thanks to you, we keep growing. So without you guys, I can't really do this. But so I thank you all. But yeah, please share the channel. Please like, comment, subscribe, any suggestions. And yeah, hope you did enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.